I think I understand now. So the lozenges and the toothpaste will give the nutrition to the good bacteria so that it then will produce the short chain fatty acid that will then tamper down the immune system so they don't fight the allergens.
That's right.
All right, cool.
That's a really good nurse explanation.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's great.
Good morning, Albuquerque. Welcome to 1 Million Cups. It's 9 a.m. on Wednesday, and that means it's time for 1 Million Cups. We are a forum for entrepreneurs, but the first thing you need to know is if you've got a cell phone here, please point it at that QR code or the ones sitting around on these cards on the tables. And that will let the Kauffman Foundation know that we are a thriving chapter and our attendance is still booming. If you check in 3 times on 3 separate occasions, you'll get a pen. If you check in 6 times, you'll get the coveted 1 Million Cups notebook. So it's worth doing that to let the Kauffman Foundation know how we're doing. Okay, so here's our mission. It's difficult being an entrepreneur. It's a lonely journey, and it's hard to find people to talk to. You can't talk to your family because they told you not to do this. You can't talk to the people inside your company about your troubles because they'll leave. And you can't talk to people outside the company about your troubles because they won't give you money. So who can you talk to? You can come here and we will provide access to education resources and connection for new and aspiring entrepreneurs. In this room right now, there are people that can help you in the journey, either because they know something you don't know, or they know the person that knows the thing that you don't know. And it might be a thing you don't know that you don't even know that you don't know. And those are the most helpful things. So please talk to people around here and get the help you need. All right, how do we accomplish the mission? We have a weekly meeting. We're supported by the Kauffman Foundation. They provide our software back end and training for our volunteers. And the idea is to build a consistent kind of presentation from one instance of 1 Million Cups to another, so that entrepreneurs anywhere in the country can drop into Million Cups. They'll know the format, and they're really no strangers, just friends they haven't met. On the other hand, every community is unique and has its own strengths, and we try to take advantage of that in the advice and help that we give to our entrepreneurs. Okay, we are the top 1 Million Cups chapter in New Mexico, and we achieved that through a small denominator. There are other chapters scattered throughout the Southwest. They're lovely. I have visited a couple of these in person, and it's really true. If you drop in on a Wednesday morning at 9 a.m., you'll be familiar with it. The questions will sound similar. The presentations will be similar, and you'll feel right at home. Okay, what are our key pillars? These are presentations, not pitches. So in a pitch, either to a customer or to a potential investor, you are putting your best face on the company, right? You are putting your best foot forward. You're outlining your strengths and your great team and all the wonderful things that your product's going to do for the world, and a lot of the other stuff you don't talk about. So where can you talk about that? You can talk about that here. So these are not pitches. These are places where you could say, look, here are the challenges that we have. Here's the pushback that we've gotten from customers or investors. I think I need to learn something about X. Can someone help me? This is where you do that. So we're interested in making authentic connections, not speed dating by seeing how fast you can pass out business cards and moving on. Make some real connections. We have had people come into our company from conversations here at 1 Million Cups. And I encourage you folks to look at the people in the room and think about what they might bring to whatever it is that you're doing. We're run for the community, by the community. All of the volunteers for 1 Million Cups, all of the organizers are volunteers, and we are not compensated financially. We are not masochistic altruists. We do get the compensation of helping the community and learning things and being connected to people, which is pretty important for all of us. And I can tell you some stories about that if you'd like. We're also radically and intentionally inclusive. All kinds of people are welcome here. All kinds of entrepreneurs and all kinds of businesses. They could be brick and mortar mom and pop shops. They could be a little whiteboard company that's got a little bit of outside funding for their idea, or big tentpole companies that have gone all the way, done an A round, and they come back here to show us how it's done. So all of those folks are welcome, and we try to make this a good place to get educated. So that's a lot of words, but it comes down to, this is a place where people come for help and to learn. So please be helpful, please be polite. If somebody knows a lot more than you do about something, listen carefully and ask good questions. If they're trying to get information from you, be as helpful as you can. See if they understand what you're talking about. And if you hear someone say something that you strongly disagree with, please take advantage of the opportunity to perhaps keep your opinion to yourself. And let's make this a friendly and welcoming place for entrepreneurs. All right, it's easy to apply to present. Just talk to one of the organizers and we'll guide you through the online application process. In general, we like for-profit companies, that is companies that sell goods or services for more than it costs to produce them. And we prefer companies that had sold things to people besides their mom. And we will assign you a coach. We'd like the company to have been in business 5 years or less, but sometimes we bend the rules for that. We prefer that you be in market. Sometimes we bend the rules for that. So just talk to us about where you are and what you think you'd get out of a 1 Million Cups presentation, and we'll help you look your best.
And we need presenters.
Yeah, don't be shy. Shy doesn't work for entrepreneurs. You know? All right, this is our organizing team. I'm Paul Sauter with Equiseek. Lisa Atkins is our host here at Fat Pipe. Eric Rins Whitmore is keeping the gears oiled in Santa Fe. Danielle's here. And Keiko and Oscar are making other people look good. And this could be you. So we're currently talking to a couple of people who have expressed an interest in being Million Cups organizers. Because, you know, the pen and notebook thing's just not enough for them. They want to do more. So talk to Lisa if you're interested in becoming an organizer. It is a lot of fun and it's a great opportunity to connect to the startup community. All right, and it's a pleasure to thank our sponsors. Fat Pipe, we've been here for 10 years and we've never paid a nickel. So we would not be able to do this without the support of Fat Pipe. Deanna with Dry Heat Photography. Ooh, she's not here today. Oh, there you are. Geez, be louder, be more conspicuous, right? And she's making us look good in those photos that you see on Facebook, and she does great headshots. More Than Organized. Miriam is here. She helps organize your stuff, your thoughts, and provides Creamer, Foundation for Sustainable Living, giving us the original performance-enhancing drug, coffee, and Beyond Energy, featuring energy drinks. I don't know if they're out today, are they? They are. Okay, so those are great if caffeine is not enough for you. Noventum Custom Software for software that doesn't suck. And Minuteman Press, they've printed the cards that are on the table. So if you have ink on paper needs, contact Minuteman Press. So thanks again to our sponsors. We couldn't be here without. All right, and we're going to reverse kick it off. Usually we close it off with events and introductions and stuff like that. And it turns out our presenter is caught in traffic. So we're going to do things backwards. And let's start with events to just warm up the room. And those of you who are new, we're going to ask you to introduce yourselves in about a minute or so. So, you know, your name, what you're doing, what you're looking for, and like why you're going to keep coming back to Million Cups. All right, so let's kick it off with events.
So it's spring break. That's obvious when I looked on Slack and all my event creation places that I try to find what's going on in the community. So I didn't find much. Let's see, going in order, I guess. May 3rd, Activate NM. Lindsay tells me we're doing a speed mentorship, quick advice from experts. Is that right? And it's basically speed dating for founders. Hey, Sonia's here. Details to register soon. You'll also be able to find that on Activate NM Slack channel as well. But as soon as I see that posted, I'll give you a link to register. And then they are also doing Space Fiesta at the rail yards. That will happen June 6th, and registration for that will open April 1. If anybody went to the Women in Tech ceremony with the New Mexico Technology Council, their annual event, it's a big one. I hear there was over 600 people there, lots of honorees. One of our tenants here was honored, and so that's cool. But they're going to do a wit wine wisdom, so wine tasting with the winners, the honorees this year. And so if you want to go drink some wine and hang out with those fabulous women, just saw Cliff.
Yeah, one of your-
miss him.
So
One of your tenants here is actually the CEO of the New Mexico Tech.
Well, yes, Mia
Yes.
Peterson runs the New Mexico Tech Council. She's their executive director. They do office out of here. You don't see them very often. I'd love for them to come to 1 Million Cups so they can talk up NMTC. So I need to get them here more often. And then Erin with, well, she works for the bicycling company. Do you know what who Erin? But she runs the Ducky community, the Women in Tech Ducks community, and they have a great Slack channel for women in tech. So she was an honoree and she's attending here too. Anybody else have an event? Yeah, come on up. Thank you. And by the way, if you want events included in this list, if you email me at Lisa@PapeBBQ, I'm happy to include them. Just try to get them to me like a day before. Don't send me morning of because I'm too stressed out at that point to get them on the list for you.
Thank you.
Ken Jackson here, City of Albuquerque, MBDA and TKJ podcast. We are hosting a Love Local Mother's Day pop-up event. Free to have a table. It will be at the Hispano Chamber on Saturday, April 27th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Come on out. We'll have food trucks and our local vendors. If you would like to be a vendor, sell your items, your services, we're open to that. If you can email me and let me know, I will send you the link so you can then sign up your business. But I want to make sure that everyone knows about it. Come out and support local for Mother's Day, buy some gifts. It's going to be real cool. Okay. Thank you.
Hello, Miriam Ortiz-Pino, More Than Organized. Reminder, Friday, I'm running a Clear Your Desk Acceleration Day. It's a work along together session where you get caught up on all the stuff that's piled up on your desk. So I have room for several people and there's flyers here on the table.
All right, well, April 5th through 7th, there is a short story-thon. So if anyone's ever wanted to write and publish a short story, it's coming up. Just look up Women's Thriller Writers Association and you'll find it under events. And that's it.
Come on up.
Good morning. I'm Jane Westbrook. It's my first time here. So if I violate any rules, excuse me.
Welcome.
I've got an event, but it's an 8-week event. I do end-of-life planning, training, education, advocacy, and general troublemaking so that you get your stuff together before you go. So I'm doing it at Virtus Cannabis Dispensary starting the first Saturday in April. And I'll have flyers if anybody wants to pick them up.
Great.
Thank you, Jay. My name is Chuck Holman. I'm the author of the book Ask, Feel, Receive. And I'm presenting a new program, God and Science Converge and Agree. And it's my 40-year journey on seeing what science and God are doing and how Jesus did all the miracles he did. And we're presenting that April the 25th at the Holiday Park Community Center, 10:30 to 11:30. I'd like to invite all of you out.
Okay, and I have a community announcement, not so much an event. The New Mexico Angels, how many people have heard of the New Mexico Angels, right? You know what they are. So formerly, they were an angel investing group. So you had to be accredited to join, and they would assist people in evaluating companies. So nobody understands everything about a company, but if you get together with a bunch of other people and you all look at a company together, you can understand it and decide whether to invest or not. So they don't run funds, but they assist accredited people in investing in New Mexico businesses. Okay, why should you care? You should care because they're trying to expand their operations and expand their membership and expand their reach to the community. So it is now possible for entrepreneurs to join the New Mexico Angels, entrepreneurs who are not accredited, and receive the benefits of mentorship and community connection that the New Mexico Angels can provide. So if you are a company that looks like it could grow through investment, looks like a rapid growth company, the kind of thing that seeks outside investment, talk to me about the New Mexico Angels. As of April 1, I'm going to become one of their ambassadors that is doing outreach to the community for the Angels. They're a nice bunch of people. They've helped a lot of people, some of whom you know, some of whom are tenants here. And John, you know all about it too, don't you, right? So I hope they've been helpful to you. And they've certainly been helpful to me. It is extremely helpful to be on the other side of the table evaluating companies to understand what happens when your company is evaluated. Right? And people don't want to hear bad pitches from companies. So they are willing to mentor you to get you to the point where you're ready to pitch to the angel group. So again, if you think you might be an investable company, but you're not accredited, talk to me about becoming an entrepreneur member of the New Mexico Angels and receiving the benefits of membership. All right, thanks. And with that, it's a pleasure to introduce Cliff, who got here despite the traffic difficulties. And Cliff is going to tell us about Allerpops. And it's a great time to hear about that because the juniper is in full bloom.
Sorry about the little accident over there. So let's give you a brief introduction about myself. My name is Cliff Han from Los Alamos. I'm the founder and owner of Allerpops Corporation. So I'm a biologist as training, graduated from medical school, worked in a hospital for several years, and got my PhD in genetics, worked on the human genome project, sequenced hundreds of bacterial genomes. That's my experience. That's why I could sequence my own saliva microbiome when I got allergy, got these solutions. And let's see, what do we have?
Hold on.
Okay, we have this message for you. Okay, you go forward. I'll move this one outside. Thank you very much. So this is the message we want to test. Is this message resonate with you? So Allerpops revolutionary lozenge and toothpaste support the friendly bacteria in the mouth, which is the foundation for lasting nasal sinus health. I want your feedback if this catch your attention. If this gets your attention, want to dig deeper about this Allerpops product or not. Okay, thank you. That's the first one. Go ahead. This is a message for you. This is the ACT principle for peace with nature. So first one, Allerpops supports the product in the mouth and skin. So that's the foundation. That's the foundation because they are vulnerable for they are vulnerable to our oral hygiene and skin hygiene practice, and they have been knocked out. And the second one is communication. Communication is between the probiotics and our immune system. That's important to make a peace agreement between these two so that we can live peacefully in the nature. And the third one is the teamwork. We have immune system in all three locations in the gut, mostly you know. We have probiotic in there. We have immune system in the mouth, airway. You probably know that as well, and on the skin as well. We have probiotic on these three locations, and the immune system need to be pacified. They help each other when having infections, and they make things worse when we have allergies. So that's how they cross-act with each other go forward. This tells you another metaphor, tell you how they work together. So your immune system is like the blade. It can be very sharp and can be very helpful when you need that, cut and defend you against all the invading pathogens, right? But when you do not need that, what you should do? Keep them in the case, right? So that it won't hurt you accidentally. That's the thing. What's the case for your immune system? It's the probiotics. Probiotics in the gut, probiotics in the mouth, and probiotics on your skin. That's why this is the parable. I hope you understand that. Go ahead. Okay, what is this one? Electrocardiogram, right? It looks like that, but it is misleading. And go forward. So this is actually, I want to tell you, your immune system should like your heart beep, not every second, every several years. That's the thing. Most time it should be peaceful, healthy, and relaxed, idle, and big. That's the condition you want it to be. And every several years, when you get infection, it goes high. Very active, protect you, fight hard. That's when the time actually, while it fights the pathogens, it can give you some miracles. Historically, many people, actually 3 people become saint. They cured cancers. In all those cases, what happened? The person being cured actually had infection, have high fever, and the immune system is very, very, very active. And that's time they cured their cancers. And if you heard the news, COVID, during those time, one person got cancer cured while have COVID. Why that? The immune system is very, very, very active. That's the visible miracles. The invisible miracle is that there's study about people, two group. One group have fever in the last 5 years and the other don't. And they the people who have fever in the last 5 years, they have less chance to get throat allergy, throat cancers. That's what's happening. It's protective. That's what I'm talking about. Miracles. All other things, we'll talk about that later. And these are the things, if you have your immune system don't drop to the peaceful mode, that's how you got allergies. You don't have enough probiotics to keep it down. Okay, that's how you got allergies. Let's move forward. Okay, this is our product. We have currently 3 products on the market: the lozenge, the toothpaste, and aloe cream. The first 2 is for your oral probiotics. The last one is for your skin probiotics. So that's support all the products. It will help you to reduce allergies. Allerpops is going to be on the market in the next several weeks. That's for your dog, cats that have allergies. I figured out why. So we'll talk about it in the future when he's ready. Let's move on. Okay. So we live in peace with probiotics, with your immune system peaceful, and join our movement and give miracle a chance. Last slide. All right, I'm on TikTok. Every morning, every morning 6 o'clock, every evening 7 o'clock, I'm on there live. So I just did that before I came here. So come join us and enjoy the shoot, the scan that. Thank you.
So folks, if you have any questions for Dr. Han, please form a line here. Here's the etiquette for asking a question. Give your name, the organization you're with, so that we know who you are, and then ask your question. The other thing is hold the mic pointing at your mouth. If you hold it like this, no one can hear anything, right? So at your mouth, and here comes a question. Come on up.
All right, good morning. Thank you so much. I'm Danielle with Conscious Crossroads End of Life Services. So I just want to make sure that I understand the premise of how everything works correctly. So we have a bunch of bugs, right, that live within us and on us and around us, bacteria, microbes, and whatnot. Your product helps introduce the good bugs, right? The good bacteria and microbiome that will then help get our immune system to a happy, peaceful place so that it won't fight when the allergens come to us and we come in contact with them. Is that correct?
Our product do not have bacteria. It's prebiotics. It's the nutrition for the good bacteria. Okay. So you have the probiotics in your system already. It's in the mouth, on the skin, you have it. Very rarely, if you take large dose antibiotics for a long time, you could suppress that. Most time you don't need additional dose of probiotics, the good bacteria. Yes, that's right. So that's the bacteria, good bacteria, they release short-chain fatty acid. That's the chemicals tell your immune system to calm down. It's not only human, it's dog and the same thing. They need additional dose of those short-chain fatty acid from their diet. Right now, that's why. So we human need to support those probiotics in these places.
Fascinating, thank you. I think I understand now. So the lozenges and the toothpaste will give the nutrition to the good bacteria so that it then will produce the short chain fatty acid that will then tamper down the immune system so they don't fight the allergens.
That's right.
All right, cool.
That's a really good nurse explanation.
Thank you. That's great.
Good morning, Cliff. How are you? Great. Okay, so I know you were asking if that slide said anything to us, that first slide that you had shown.
Yeah.
And I feel like what you just said would be the perfect thing to say on there, right? You said, feed your good bacteria and suppress your allergy reactions. I think that is probably a number one thing to put on there because it's the simplest way to describe what it does.
Okay.
I felt like though the words give miracle a chance was right. It's not a miracle though. It's smart science and it's a smart product. So I'm not sure that belongs in your presentation or in your, in what you're doing.
Okay.
But one thing I do want to suggest, have you ever considered doing a customer created content marketing plan? Which is, I think it was Tim Ferriss who said, people like me do things like this. So when people see other people like them who've taken this product. So for example, I have used Allerpops, and usually when the seasons change, I have to deal with watery eyes, runny nose, and right now I have absolutely no issues. I have no allergy problems right now because of what you, and I'd be happy to say that on a video, right? To say that, wherever. So that might be something to reach out to your customers and say, share with us your happy moments, and then you can share that to your social media.
Great. Yeah, that's great feedback. We definitely want the customer involved in the process, share their experience, review, and videos, should share that online. That'll be great. That'll be great. I think we need more messages like that, and we do have a program actually called before and after Allerpops use, something like that. So if you share those videos online, we might get a prize for that. So that's the things. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go to Sue Prolazny online.
Good morning, Cliff. It's good to see you. How
Sue,
can
you
we
want to
best
ask a
help you?
question or comments?
Oh, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
We can't hear you.
Well, I've taken.
I can hear you.
Okay, Phil can hear me, but you guys can't. So maybe read my question.
It could be this, is the sound up on the, yeah, I guess it is.
Oh, you can?
Can you hear me, Lisa? Lisa, you can't hear
Sounds
me.
come up on TV.
Hmm.
There you go. Try again, Sue.
Okay, good morning, Cliff.
So
Good to see you. My question is to you, how can we best help? I see that Allerpops is on TV. I'm wondering if that's the best way to reach your customers, or are you working with doctors and allergists? And I also love the idea of the testimonials.
yeah, the best way to help us, the first thing is, of course, to get allergy free and get the word out. And we will involve all aspects of the society to get this knowledge across the society so that everyone can benefit from that. Doctors and allergists, that's definitely our one of the outreach as well. But before this knowledge become a textbook or brought by their society or something like that, it'll be very difficult for them actually implement and use that in their practice. So that's the things. We published the clinical trial. I hope many other scientists will jump in actually to do more study in this area, verify that, or add some detail into it. So that'd be great. That's the way to get all those scientific world and medical world to involve to use this knowledge, not only allergies and also to treat other diseases like infectious disease, how we can actually stimulate up the immune system quickly and faster when you have infections so that you can get cold, flu, recover faster. So those kind of things, it's the knowledge actually can help those things as well.
I think there's going to be some education that needs to be done, and then simplifying your message a bit for those customers.
That's right, exactly. We need feedback about how to say it, and this is currently we're doing called a messaging exercise. It's to simplify the message to our current early customer and say what's the gap between what they know and what we can offer. So that's the things. Usually, that's the first things is most of our customer knows about the probiotics, but they do not know that we have probiotics in the mouth and on the skin.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you, Sue.
Thanks, Sue.
Good morning, Miriam with More Than Organized. I also use Allerpops. They're pretty darn good.
Thank you.
And thanks for taking the stick out, although my cat is no longer happy. Two things. I do think the messaging it's close, but it needs to be consistent as well. When I did my last reorder, I noticed there was a couple of places on your website that have different messaging. And so it just needs to get consistent and all looped in. And then I wanted to give a shout out to that. You know, people were having some issues with the toothpaste getting a little bit hard, and you sent an email to all your customers talking about how to fix that a little bit. It seems to have worked. But there may be, so the responsiveness was great, but you may have a couple issues still with the manufacturing for consistency and product and that kind of thing, maybe?
Yeah, the toothpaste is a product in process, and yeah, and we are modifying that. If you buy this batch currently, it's much easier to squeeze it out for sure. And we still modify that. So send us feedback.
Yeah, I mean, I find it to be an issue with a lot of more organic or fewer preservatives in products. It just, there's a few issues you gotta deal with if you go that route. So anyway, thank you for the product though. I love it.
Thank you.
Marilyn Pruitt with our Peaceful Path. I've never used your product, but I know that probiotics do many, many good things. And have you documented, is this just for allergies or does it do other good things? For example, I get something in my email consistently, take this gummy once and it will heal all your gums forever. Do you have, what kind of documentation do you have of what all does this do? Is it just allergies? Is it more than that?
It is more than that. I'm learning from my customer, this Monday, I got an email. The gentleman used the aloe cream. He used for 2 weeks, and he said, I got a surprise. I stopped using my deodorant. That was a surprise for me as well. I was puzzled. Is the cream, is the oil feed the good bacteria? How is the bad bacteria, the bacteria produce order? I did not know that actually. So that was a surprise for me. So the feedback from our customer is very important. This is new. I do not know everything about that for sure. So there's a lot of things, and there's chronic inflammation, for example. The gentleman has something in the back and gradually jobbed out, so gets flattened. So that's the things. Chronic inflammation can be suppressed as well. So
Thank you. It does. I know probiotics are, they drive everything good in life. I've seen that. But the more documentation you could have, the better it is. And the analogy I've heard is when you've got no soldiers on the field, either side can take over. But when you've got the good soldiers on the field, the bad soldiers have a hard time fighting. So if you've got all this good bacteria in your body, all those bad bacteria don't stand as much of a chance. So I'm excited about what you do. Thank you.
thank you. That's exactly what happened with that gentleman. I think you promote the good one, they grow better, and the other bacteria don't have a chance. That's the issue.
Hey, Cliff. First time, I liked your product too. I tried it. Maybe it's season to start again. So the thing about the specific asks you had were the metaphors, and your area is an area that's like most of us are probably not sitting in our minds thinking about probiotics that would help us with allergies, right? We're just not there. But a metaphor, that when I was hearing the metaphors and trying to put myself in that mind, I kind of came to the thought that metaphors are really good for kind of like being in a mindset and moving out of it. But they're not very good if you're not already in that mindset. So a singer might use a metaphor in a song, but they'll be putting a general thing that a lot of people are in the mindset, right? Life is like a butterfly, right? So they get it right away. right? It's floating, it's drifting, because their life is like that, and you can tell he's happy. But like, the knife is open or plugged in, I'm not in the mindset of there's a knife in my mouth, or, I'm not in the mindset of that, right?
Okay.
And I think that if you're gonna use some metaphors, which I think are useful, like the soldiers, maybe replenishing the good soldiers or whatever you use from, I think the first step would be to help get the person quickly into the mindset, right? That there's something going on in their mouth and that it's maybe an off balance that causes an allergy. And, and so that they can kind of understand how that metaphor kind of takes them out of the mindset. Does that make sense?
Okay, all right. Thank you. I have a car metaphor. I don't know if you like this, either one of them. This is the car is running and you go the places, the engine. So you have a brake and accelerator for your car. What is the accelerator? What is the brake for your immune system? So the accelerator is the pathogens. They can have your immune system runs faster, and the probiotics actually keep it stop and parking safely at a place. Okay. I don't know if you like anyone better.
We get it. I mean, it helps. I'm back, sorry. So as a nurse, my nurse brain keeps, going here. And we keep coming back to your messaging and the way we're explaining this information to people. People don't understand our immune systems. They don't understand how our bodies work. We don't understand that we have bacteria and probiotics and what all of that stuff means. You have to break it down really simply, right? Where it's just, this is how your mouth works, right? We have bugs in there that are good. We have bugs in there that are bad. We have to feed the good bugs so that they can fight the bad bugs. When allergens come in, this is what happens. You have to break it down super simply, like maybe even a cartoon illustration of what's going on in the mouth and the sinuses when pollen is introduced. And if you could show it visually somehow, that could be really helpful for people to get in the mindset, like he's saying. Because even the car analogy is hard to understand if you don't understand how the immune system works, right? So if you get it, like Paul talks about this a lot, right? It's really hard to break down big, complex scientific ideas and concepts to people that don't understand it, right? That aren't there. And so I think an illustration could be really helpful. Is that agree? Yeah, okay. But that would be my suggestion, is some sort of illustration of how this works and what's going on in there. And the good guys, the good soldiers, and the bad guys and all of that stuff. That'd be my idea.
All right, we'll improve our presentation, the cartoon videos, things like that. We'll make more in the future. Thank you.
Good morning, John Patrick. Couple of things that I do, Amazing Life. I do sound baths and soundscapes, Enchanted Lands music. I'm a composer, artist. I had the amazing visualization. So I'm going to ask everyone here, who all likes music? All right, and gets the metaphors of music. So my idea for the illustration is a symphony. But there's no composer. So they're just sitting there and they're kind of like not doing anything. The Allerpops, the composer that comes in, all right, everyone, let's go. And then they play the beautiful music. So I just think that would be an amazing metaphor that would be simple, people could relate to, and they could be singing your Allerpop song. I could compose a song for you, so.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
What do y'all think about an Allerpop song? A jingle? A jingle? Okay, all right.
Yeah, we have a jingle song on the website.
Okay,
so
I'll go check it out.
And say, okay, my son's piano teacher did that.
Hello, my name is Tamara Thorpe. I'm the founder of Real Mentors Network. So I suffer from extreme allergies and my dermatologist prescribed me Zyrtec like a year ago because I have extreme skin sensitivity, had to stop wearing my jewelry, and then with pollen season, it's worse. So from my perspective, you are offering something that's natural, because as I've been taking Zyrtec now for like almost a year on the daily, and if I miss a day, I have a reaction. And your pitch was great. Everybody, great feedback, but I was okay with everything. But what was missing was this is a natural alternative to taking a Claritin or a Zyrtec, because as I've been taking this for a year, I've been wondering like, how long will I have to take this medication for a year and what's the long-term impact? And if I had a natural alternative that was as impactful, I mean, I already purchased some lozenges, right? And so I was sold because it was a natural alternative. So if you highlight that, I think for people who have allergies who are on medication, that in and of itself would be a miracle.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you. It is all natural solutions. It's all the food we can eat, including the aloe cream, actually. So, thank you.
I am Paul Sauter with Equisy. We know each other. So I am not the target demographic, right? I will acknowledge that, right? So the thing that it took to bring me around, as you know, is we had to have an hour of face-to-face, full-speed science, right? And the background for this was the hygiene hypothesis. And I wonder if people are familiar with that. If you're familiar with that, raise your hand, right? We have sanitized ourselves into allergies. So I'm thinking the 50s and 60s, everything is bacteria free. People have antibacterial scrubs, kitchen, bathroom, everything is like an operating room. And what happens in the United States? We have a higher incidence of allergies than other countries that don't do that. So that's the first thing to know. And then that really helped. But to reach your target audience with what Tamara just said, okay, she wants a natural product. That's what you have, right? So maybe the metaphor is your mouth is an organic garden. And what you've been doing at home is calling in Camelot. Don't do that, right? You declared war on the organic garden in your mouth. There are living things in your mouth. That's kind of weird for people to get used to and they want to kill them. But that's not what you should do. Don't call in Camelot, sterilize it and put in AstroTurf because then you'll have allergies, right? So there's a way to reach scientists, which is not particularly relevant. But I think the people that really want to use your product are the people that want a natural solution. They know that taking the drugs, that you know from your own work, that taking the drugs, eventually they stop working, or eventually you get reactions to them and you have to switch to another drug. So I think you got to think about your target audience is really the people who want a natural and organic solution. And there's a little bit of education to take them up to the point, yes, your mouth is an organic garden, not a car, not a knife, it's an organic garden. I think that's the thing that's going to resonate with your target audience.
All right.
Maybe less.
Thank you. Organic garden. Yes, we'll try that. We'll try that the message. Natural organic gardens. All right. We'll keep that in your mouth.
Anybody else? All right. So, one more.
Hi, everybody. My name is Andrew Lozier. I'm an acupuncturist with Sacred Patterns Acupuncture. So my question is, being in the medical field, like for instance, our Chinese herbs, we can't make medical claims. I know that with FDA, there's a lot of rules about making medical claims. That's why I presume like your messaging is sort of very broad because you can't. Is that my understanding, or can you speak on that?
There's no claim on the box. We do not have any disease claim on the package for sure. We support the probiotics and you get benefit there indirectly about all those things, allergy relief or other preventive issues as well. So that's the things we cannot label the box, say it's for your allergy relief. We do not do that.
Just be quick. So my understanding, since like the manufacturer can't make medical claims, users though can. They can say, I've had this experience. So what was talked about earlier about having user feedback or testimonials, that's how you get that type of messaging across, is my understanding. Thanks.
That is right. That is right. So most of the review, they share their experience in the allergy relief and other beneficial effect as well. That's the main channel for us to get the message out. Yes.
Okay, I'm Stu Rose, Fat White from the Bioscience Center. I'm an advisor to Cliff, so I'm biased. But what got me trapped into the story is that if you take a look at the global percentage of people with airborne allergies in particular. Back in the fifties and sixties, it was about 8% of the population. And today it's about 28% of the population. And that's directly related to the increase of use of toothpastes and oral hygiene. And so then Cliff did a clinical study that showed the stuff really works. 85% of the people will respond favorably and see a significant reduction in allergies. The problem Cliff has is when you can talk to a group like this, people get interested. And people will try it, they'll get positive results, they'll tell their friends. The problem is he doesn't have the resources to do a national campaign. How do you get the message out about this and get people to try it in Connecticut or in Oregon versus being able to do the kind of personal things he's doing here? So he's tried Reddit, he's now trying TikTok, a variety of other things. But the struggle is, how do you really get the message out when you don't have significant resources for marketing?
That's right. I'm still learning in that process. Tried all social media platforms and do the ad on the Facebook and LinkedIn as well. We tried ads 3 months ago. We stopped that. It did not work. And currently I'm on TikTok. So if you are any TikToker, go watch my videos, and the live session is quite good. It's in the last less than 2 weeks. I started Wednesday before last week. So within less than 2 weeks, the viewer from dozens to close to 3,000 each hour currently. And this morning we had 2,700 viewer and 160 follower in that one session. So that's how I think TikTok is quite a platform. So if you are have any business related things up there, I compare that as Hyde Park. It's you go to a park and traditionally you stand high and talk with people. And TikTok is just like that. You talk, stand high if you have real good things, and there will be people listening. And looks like the platform is quite good in recognize who is your audience. Looks like so. That's my experience in the last 10 days or so.
Just 1 second, I'm gonna go online because we've got some good feedback here. Phil, do you wanna unmute yourself?
Yeah, hi, it's Phil Wilson from Executives Outcomes. On that last message from Stuart on getting yourself better known, I'm in New York, so I come into 1 Million Cups in New Mexico every week. So you're 2 hours behind me. And I attend 1 Million Cups New York City and 1 Million Cups in Albany. So if you want to position yourself and let people know in New York City and up in upstate New York, I'll be happy to push you through to our 1 Million Cups over here.
Thank you. I'd like to come.
But you can
Right,
actually
so I'll-
apply online
what-
to present.
Just present online.
You can apply online at the 1 Million Cups platform to present in any community, and most of them have virtual capability.
Okay.
So just like he's on watching us, you could get on watching a New York 1 Million Cups event and be the presenter if they do hybrid.
Thank you, Bill. I'll try that.
So I'll get. His contact details in the message?
Yes, they're at the top. I
Okay.
added them earlier.
I'll contact you and we'll get you set up in New York City.
Thank you, Bill.
Good morning, I'm Barbara Dawson with Purple Mulch. Nice to see you again. Glad your business is growing and it's successful. I've not used TikTok much, although I just joined again last week because my daughter sent me something. So my question is, what's Facebook is for getting together with friends and family and social. LinkedIn is more business. What's the genre? Who are the people that are in TikTok who mostly look at that?
For my channel, more than 90% people are actually women. They are 30 to 45, 50s ish.
Yeah.
So that's what they are. Probably mom, family, those kind of people.
So I love you. I love your color scheme. I don't know if you all noticed the back of him. It even says Allerpops. He's wearing his brand. And you're not a female age 30 to 45 with children. So my suggestion is, who's presenting your message? And if you're the only one presenting it, and again, I love you, and you have a very thick accent. And for some people, it may be hard for them to understand you. So if you can, in some of your, or maybe you're already doing this, are you the only voice of Allerpops, or are there other people that are doing your advertising, your marketing?
This TikTok is good.
Yeah, TikTok actually,
They like them.
I have Martin Wade help me. He's my customer and investor as well. So he joined me most of the time and speak for small number of. I'm the main one. Will speak maybe 25 minutes. He'll take over. I take a break for 5 minutes. So, but what I feel is that on TikTok, at least, people are not see the person, they see the message more important actually. So I had that experience. I did the first 7 videos without anything. I did that in my backyard and while it is snowing, things like that, and without no editing at all. That actually turned out to be very popular compared to the late ones. I made it with quite some editing, added overlaying photo, things like that. So people get the message. The message is more important than how you did that actually.
And I guess one of the things that I believe and practice is that people will buy from us when they know, like, and trust us. And oftentimes people will buy from us because they like us even more than they like our product or service. That's like the beginning step. So, well done. You're out there doing it, and sounds like you've got some other voices there too. It sounds like TikTok's becoming a great place for you to present. So, well done.
Thank you, Bob. Yeah, that's my feeling is it's at least in the last 2 weeks, it works quite well. So what I need to do is that open myself and be personal.
Yes.
So that's the
In the snow.
Yeah.
Good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Why don't we make this the last question?
A couple things. Maybe I missed it, but where's the best place to purchase the product? I know several people have tried it, but where's the best place to purchase?
Allerpops.com, ALLERPOPS.com. That's the best place. That's the best place because we have only 2 products on Amazon. If you need only for the nasal sinus area, you can do that. And also we have constant discount for if you agree to have a bumper sticker. So we actually get 20% discount on our website. You don't get that on Amazon. We have a free shipping as well, just the same as Amazon. We ship very quickly. So
okay. And another thing, as far as your target, as I was standing there, I was thinking, well, have you looked at sports that involve allergies, as silly as that sounds? Soccer. I had a fundraising company and I would go to the fields where there's grass and dog and everything else, people out there with allergies. It may just be an idea to maybe, if you do free samples, be able to give someone a taste. That way they come back once they figure out how well it works for them. So places like that, targeting where allergies are usually high levels, where you can actually help those people, providing a simple resource, and then they can come back to you and purchase. So just an idea, thought on how to target more people and help the message get out a little bit more.
great. Yes. Thank you for the suggestion. Yes, we'll target those people doing outdoor, sports and travel, hiking, things like that. That's actually one of the demographic, population we're targeting on TikTok. So, thank you.
So it is my pleasure to be able to ask you the New Mexico State question, red or green?
Green is for me, so.
All right. And finally, what can this community do for you?
Thank you, Paul. The first thing is getting involved, become believer and benefit from that, get allergy free. That's the help already, and be the example in your people, people close to you, and tell them how it works and how did you get benefit from that. That'd be very important. We need to get the message out across the country. So that's the first one. And we are in the growth mode, and we are in the national campaign for the marketing. We need support, and we are looking for the social media managers as well. And that's how you can help get the message out and see, come help us. And yeah, in the next year or two, we probably will come to Albuquerque. So welcome the neighbors. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Newbies.
We have a couple of newbies. Come on up.
If you've never been here before, or haven't been here
Yeah,
in
introduce
in
yourself,
very
let us
long
know who you
time,
are and
please
what you know.
Introduce yourself. Tell us how you heard about 1 Million Cups and when you might apply to present.
And while we're waiting for those folks, I will add my name to the people who have used Allerpops and found it to be safe and effective, right? So first I got the whole science talk, and then I decided to do the experiment during allergy season last year. And I was Claritin free for the whole thing. So yeah, I'm an enthusiastic supporter as well. So there's like 4 of us in the room already.
Hi, my name is Neil Colella. My wife and I own TLC Investments LLC. We have residential real estate throughout the Albuquerque area. And happy to be here. I was impressed with the testimonials, Cliff. I've heard of your product. I've seen your ads on television. Now I've seen you speak. I'm anxious to try it. I'm holding on to my tissue because I need it badly. One question, is it sugar-free?
There's sugar in it.
Yeah, so often you have to add sugar to make things palatable.
Yeah, the bacteria, the sugar is actually active ingredient in this case. Bacteria make grow with that, they need the energy from them. So it's actually making different kind of sugar for those bacteria.
Well, I'm a diabetic and I'm wondering how many pops do I need to take to notice for improvement?
6 pops, 1 pop every other day. Each pop have 5 grams of sugar. It's probably won't change your blood sugar at all. So, and you take it within 1 hour. That's quite a long time to drop that 5 grams of sugar. So, it won't change. If you are really concerned about that, you can actually spit it out. You don't have to swallow it.
Huh?
So it still works. We are growing the bacteria in the mouth, not you.
So that's how the toothpaste works, because you don't swallow it.
Toothpaste don't have sugars. Toothpaste does not have sugar. So yeah, so you can use that, but it works slow. It works slower than the tops. You keep it in the mouth, that's 1 hour. The toothpaste each time 5 minutes. So that's fine.
So the testimonials were important to me. I'm gonna go home and order your pops.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm back again. Jane Westbrook, my friend, colleague, and partner, Gloria Radoslovich. We're with Generational Solutions, and we have developed a program which is probably the most comprehensive program and philosophy for moving through living well, aging well, and dying well. And I'm amazed by being here today and looking at this growth process that we're in the middle of and this expansion process, what it's going to look like, because we're going public for the first time, because I've been teaching with Bernalillo County to the senior division, where I have lots of clients and lots of students, and now I'm going public with it. And so I'm just here to learn and get input from people, because I don't this is a new thing for me to do this expansion program. You have anything you want to say, Gloria?
Just, this is very, very new for me as well. And it's awesome. So my name is Gloria Radoslavich, and it's awesome to be inspired by the folks that are here, the presentation and the questions that are being asked. And that's very, very important to me.
But don't forget to ask Danielle how you applied to present at 1 Million Cups.
I'm headed that way.
Okay, awesome. Oh yeah, come on up.
Hi, I've got some allergies, I might need some Allerpops. I've been coming here for about a month now, maybe a little over, but people have been asking who I am, and I thought maybe I should reintroduce myself so that I'm not just a stranger anymore. My name's Yariv. I've been a software engineer working in tech for about 20 years now. Started in the Israeli Air Force, lots of startups, and most recently I worked at some known companies, Meta, Reddit, Cash App. But now I'm working on my own adventure with my partner. She's a licensed therapist, and we're building a smart therapist to help couples and relationships and help communicate and grow yourself. So this is my my latest adventure. We just joined Activate New Mexico, and we're charging forward. So if you have any questions or advice, feel free to come and talk to me. Thank you.
Sounds like you might be ready to present soon. I hope everyone will join us next week because we are breaking the rules and we are allowing a presenter who does not have an official business started, Gladys Morales. Wave Gladys is going to be our presenter next week. We've been working hard to get her ready, and she has a great business idea that she would like to share with many challenges. So everybody come back next week. We're actually going to have a participant from the Kauffman Foundation join us remotely because they were very interested in her presentation. All right, Paul, let's wrap it up.
So I think you've seen today how helpful the Million Cups community can be in terms of refining a message from a company that's struggling to figure out how to get more people to jump on. It's great hearing the testimonials from people that tried the product. So like if you get up here and talk about the goods and services you provide, you might find a very receptive audience, not only for suggestions, but you might also find customers as well. So it's great to see how this community works. And remember, it doesn't stop at 10 o'clock on Wednesday. So I want to hear from you. What have you done to lift up the entrepreneurial community between now and next week? So go out there and do it. Thank you very much. See you next week.